Now, for the record, I've never done cocaine before, but from what I can gather, I believe it gives you a boost of energy and lasts about 15 minutes or so. And if that doesn't sound like Dragon Ball, I really don't know what is. Don't worry, I'll elaborate. I tend to watch Dragon Ball clips during my low points, specifically the transformations. I may sound crazy to some, but I don't think I'm alone in this regard, and it's really reassuring to see that. Not sure why I feel this way. Actually, I'd argue, objectively speaking, Dragon Ball doesn't have the best story out there. It works, but it's not something that's gonna make you reflect or question your life. The themes are pretty straightforward, and ultimately I feel like things just boil down to fighting. Again, that's sort of the point, and it's what the series is known for. But that's really the fascinating thing here. Even with what I just had mentioned, it's really inspiring stuff. And going back to our original question, what makes this all click? Upon a lot of reflection, I believe I pinned down a few reasons. As someone who strives to become an animator one day, I could potentially be biased in this department, but the animation is just absolutely fantastic, especially later down the line with the Broly movie. The Super Saiyan Vegeta transformation, man, that is one of my favorites in the entire series. There's just a lot of energy here. Credit to the animators. That level of talent and hard work is just something to be marveled at. Again, especially coming from me who wants to be an animator one day, it's something I look up to. Personally, I compare a lot of these fights and transformations to a fireworks show. There's not much to elaborate here, it's just something you really gotta experience for yourself. Words cannot do it justice. The quote-unquote energy that I had mentioned before isn't just present within the animation, but within the voice acting, and it's absolutely insane. These guys are literally screaming their damn heads off to the point where if I were them, I'd be very paranoid of having permanent voice damage in the future. And pair that all together, it's just sight to behold. So naturally I stumbled upon a lot of dubstep, EDM, what have you, remixes of certain Dragon Ball scenes. And I'm not gonna lie, some of these are guilty pleasures of mine, but I'm awfully reminded of a lot of motivational videos that exist online. There's a similar vibe and formula, whether it's edited or not. Even if we're discussing the original scenes, both romanticize this idea of struggle and overcoming tremendous feats to defy all odds. It's an extremely appealing concept to many. These types of videos on paper are meant to be beneficial. However, the issue relies on the fact that people who seek said motivation, they get hyped up, etc., but ultimately they don't strive to achieve their current goal. In a sense, they already got their quick thrill, and they're content for the time being until they need their next fix. Actually, that's kind of funny because that's kind of a nice comparison to the cocaine earlier. Like, I made the title before, I obviously decided to write this out, and it actually kind of really worked, so I'm kind of proud of myself for that. But in short, don't solely rely on this. Use motivational videos sparingly. Food for thought. People naturally want to express themselves, more so about their hardships and complaints. Completely reasonable and normal within moderation. But the universe ultimately could care less about how you feel. Rage is sure to ensue. However, you don't want to externalize your anger by making a scene. And you certainly can't fly and power up as a Super Saiyan. So in turn, you internalize your emotions and keep them bottled up. These guys are your mouthpiece to express your dissatisfaction of where you are in life. Please take in consideration, a lot of this is through my perspective, so I'm naturally going to be quite biased. If there's an aspect you feel I failed to touch upon, don't hesitate to bring it to my attention. With that in mind, a lot of these clips at my worst moments were enough to get me out of bed, start bodybuilding, heck, even writing this script, to ultimately persevere and overcome against life's daily struggles, even when it may not seem worth it in the short term. If any of that clicked or resonated with you, join the club, we've got jackets.